And we are back. We are back again with Mirkwood. Going to be flipping amazing.
Yeah.
Because they tore apart Clownfish earlier. So, people were trying to have me host again. So if there is an issue somewhere along the line with lag, then I'll get out of here, let someone else do it, because I don't think my internet, I've got Ethernet hooked up, but there's
By
always
someone else, they would specifically mean me.
Yes. Awesome Shams there. But there's always the possibility that something's going on with Splatoon servers, and Splatoon servers just hate me. All right. So Shams, you want to get into the room, so. But
by the way, for everyone on the stream wondering why I keep saying Twitter, is because it's the call out for a canceled special.
Now I learned something. Okay, that's actually useful. I was just figuring it was a call out I didn't know, because my ability to learn call outs is, well, on Macomart I know melons, and I know the place above melons and the below melons and the place that's called cereal, and that really isn't helpful for anyone.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. Eventually I might have it down, just not yet. So what?
Yeah.
But Mirkwood Falcons, they tore Clownfish apart. There is no changing it. But they're going up against Eclipse. Eclipse, who still has a mostly blank player roster where we know who's playing, but they don't have pictures. And they haven't lost yet.
They have not. They still remain undefeated completely.
I mean, we might see that change right now. I'm hoping we see that change in the next.
Oh.
Well, yes, I want the underdogs to win. If the people who are third tier won absolutely everything and went head to head, I would be over here squealing. Though the head to head finals is not until next week, unfortunately. Well, okay, fortunately.
Unfortunately.
When I stood up on that last break, my back made about 18 noises, none of which I wanted to hear. So probably
only 18.
Only 18. I mean, if I really stretch that.
Yeah, you're definitely semi-young.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Eclipse is going to be working on kicking all of the butt, because they have been so far, but they haven't gone against Mirkwood. Maybe they scrim them. I don't know. I personally saw a lot of times where people were going scrim academy level in the various chats, going scrim, can people scrim us? Maybe they faced other people from other leagues in practice. Maybe they completely each other. Maybe Eclipse is shaking in their boots at the concept of going up against Mirkwood Falcons. I don't know. We're waiting on the last member of Eclipse to get here. They're trying to get through the news, I believe, which we all have opinions on the news. I won't state them here. You know what they are. Really, I think that in Splat 3, if they don't make it skippable only because they have either a Splatfest in it, like Splatfest announcements or patch announcements and everything else skippable, I would be A-okay with that. Because then I could watch it.
Same.
I could watch it when I was at my leisure, Okay, I'm in no rush. Let's see what not Pearl and not Marina, whoever the new idols are, they have to give us new idols, will be in Splatoon 3. And I see whatever witty comments they have to make. And
yes.
Then when I'm in an actual rush, skip it, let's go. I have people to meet, places to be, things to splat.
Yes. Places to be, solo queue ranks to lower.
No, that's my own. That's usually my own these days. Unfortunately. I'll get to X rank hopefully before Splatoon 3. Come on, I want to see these two teams. I want to see in the first 30 seconds of this match both teams down 3 people. It's not going to happen. I want to see it. I want to see absolute destruction on both sides. I want to see back and forth, push to 20, push on one side, push to 15 on the other, push to 10. On our seats going, what the crud is going on? Screaming and cheering. And I want to see that 7 times. Not all with Rainmaker, but, you know, lots and lots and lots.
Here's what I want to see. I want to see triple kills by the same player that are absolutely hype. I want to see Twittered specials that are just perfectly placed, and I want to see a perfect push being stopped at 1.
And then the other team win it. Well, maybe not that.
That's optional.
I want to at least have the tense moment where the other team might win it. Because coming back from a push to 1 is... I've played entire games where my team reached 1 in the first 30 seconds, and the other team 2 in the next 30 seconds. And that was a Rainmaker game that went to overtime, and I still have terrible, terrible feelings about that map. Not gonna lie.
You should see a therapist. I'm actually working to be a licensed therapist, so if you want to hit me up, let me know. I charge $100 a minute.
Black Belt and Rainmaker destroyed me, the end.
Okay. That'll be $100.
I don't have it. I am a poor, poor person.
Okay.
Looks like that is 4 from Eclipse, 4 from Mirkwood. Let's set these teams. Because we are going to have one heck of a match today. I have Eclipse my screen as the alpha. We're going to have one shell of a match. Let's keep it Splatoon proper. Nobody has any score yet. Let me fix that. Looks good. We have Eclipse all on one team. We have Mirkwood all on the other. We have me ready to be excited and jumping up and down in my seat, going, everyone must splat. Everyone must be splatted. I wonder if there's ever been a scenario where both teams got wiped at the same time.
Sure, 4 people trade.
Yep. Oh, earlier while we were on break, Jorian 2 raided with, I'm not sure how big that party is that they raided with, but thank you very much for that raid while we were on our little break. Sorry you didn't have anything exciting to stare at, like these 2 teams destroying each other.
All right.
Taking their time going.
Now, Eclipse.
Go on.
Eclipse, my roommate used to be teammates with the guy Solver. And the amount that, Solver has just improved from both a commentator standpoint and, watching Chris play is just impressive. So definitely keep an eye out for that.
I'm more worried about... Okay, I'm worried about everybody. I want to see Knight and Gray go against each other. They're going to destroy...
Yeah, everyone who's currently readied up here, there's no weaklings among them.
Nope. Starfish Rainmaker. Let's make it happen. Let's make it rain. Oh, someone in the chat did see a double team wipe before. And Nugget Mirkwood has that sploosh out. Thank you, Nugget. You are my friend. But let's look at those comps beside that. Gray zaps on both sides.
Yeah, the double zap on both sides. Whoa, Nugget goes down to the suction picked by the Nautilus. So if you throw a suction bomb at the Rainmaker shield, it will instantly explode, and the surrounding area, there's like this very small explosion radius near the shield that if you're in it, it will have the same effect as a suction bomb, so it's essentially a KO.
Nice.
And Nugget himself now goes down again. He is feeding harder than my grandma when she makes cookies.
Well, save me
That was a horrible joke.
next time. I've tried to booyah people about 3 times now just watching this, because we've had so many good picks already. No one's touched that Rainmaker. They're just trying to get an advantage, and they can't.
Nugget right now playing like a Splattershot Junior with all throwing those bombs, and the armor comes out for Mirkwood Falcons. For both teams, actually. So we could see things heating up here, but nope.
There goes the Stingray on both sides. We've got a Stingray at the same time.
Yep. And Nugget goes down here.
All right.
And the Rainmaker does get picked up by Eclipse.
But...
Oh, sorry.
Nope. Are they going to get anywhere with it, though? The Rainmaker carrier is basically alone because so much of the support's been picked off. There comes
Ray does get Nugget again. Here comes the Stingray, and the Booyah Bomb comes out. And that will almost be a Twitter for the Stingray, but no. 41, that's a good push by Eclipse. And now Gray going with the flank and getting Nugget again. He gets the double kill. We could see a KO here. Does he get a triple?
I don't think we're going to. We might, but... Oh.
Ray.
Yes, there was a
bombs, and that's a KO.
I did not expect that to happen there. I admit it. I did not expect Eclipse to push through that. Over a minute of feeling each other out. Over a minute of going, this other team going to do. Over a minute.
Good job, Sulfur, with that zap.
And it came down to just a few pushes, really, but it was basically just one big push. Just they lost it, they got it again.
Just one big push.
No hesitation, no, but it took that minute of feeling each other out and one side going for an advantage. It could have, I feel like it could have just as easily gone in the other direction.
It could have, but Eclipse, what I have to say about Eclipse is that they are Eclipse. And when they show up, they're just saying, okay, we're going to win. And without directly saying it. They're the team that advertised their team post in the Little Squid League server asking for Div 3 experience. They're the team that's just saying, hey, we're still competing with you, but you're just going to get decimated. And most of the time, that's exactly what happens.
I did Little Squid League. I was not quite bottom of the Little Squid League. The idea of somebody with Division 3's experience going up against me is kind of terrifying.
Yeah, they don't really have Division 3 experience, but they have close to it.
Well, Mirkwood Falcons seems to know what they're doing so far, tower control at Inkblot, but Eclipse has taken their time going, let's get this set. Let's figure out just what we're doing, because we've got their measure now, or they think they do. And they've got a few weapons to choose. Countdown's almost down. No, we're down to 10 seconds. So we'll be seeing some good tower control action. And this might last a little longer because, as we've said several times, you can't rush the tower.
You cannot. You do have to wait. You have to get the numbers advantage, and you have to be in good position.
And you have to keep getting that numbers advantage.
Yeah, I feel like Nugget...
We've got Eclipse in the yellow.
Nugget is definitely right in switching off the sploosh. Because the Nugget that we saw in Rainmaker just did nothing but feed, and feed. And that was not, the same Nugget that I played against in Week 1. So I'm glad he's back on that K-Crow, so we'll see the Nugget in full force.
And Cole starts us off by getting a double.
And that is
down 3.
Down 4, and there's a jump out already. So, Stingray coming out, and Nugget.
But Mirkwood's still got control of that tower.
Yep. Nugget pops that booyah and doesn't get anything. Kind of anticlimactic.
Well, they got some pressure, and that's all they needed because Mirkwood's passed the first check with everybody going.
They are past it, but Gray gets that pick on Nugget, and we have a jump out from Mirkwood. So
here comes another Stingray.
Stingray versus Inkjet. Who will win? Probably the Inkjet, and never mind. Inkjet gets Twitter. Good job, Nugget.
Knight's taking some nice picks there, going, we're down 2 people, but I don't care. We're not letting you push up past that first checkpoint. We've got a checkpoint, you don't. Ha ha ha, Mirkwood's taking names this time. Still.
And Mirkwood, they just, they have control of the battle right here. And if they can just hold on to it, then they'll be good. That should be their number one thing, hold on to control.
Yep. I mean, it's pretty...
Yeah, it's literally in the game mode's name. Tower control. Oh, and Nugget maybe getting that Twitter, but he misses, and it will not happen.
Yep, here comes dueling Stingrays again.
Yep. And Nugget picking off that Tri-Slosher, good for him.
They're trying to get past that checkpoint, and they're just not doing it. Mirkwood says, we picked off 2 of you, you're going down, you're staying down. We don't have much.
Right, and...
but they've got enough. Eclipse got the tower again going, trying to see if they can make some progress this time, but they're already down somebody. And they just...
And right now, Siege is in bad position right now. So, that'll be something to watch out for.
Come on, Mirkwood.
Yeah.
Very nice pick on Gray by Nugget there. And looks like that Slosh is getting into a 2v1. Had this to retreat, but they're ready for it.
And Mirkwood will be popping those missiles.
Yep. Nugget gets another nice pick. They're just going, hey, we're keeping the pressure. You're not going anywhere. As the timer goes down below 2 minutes. Neither side's pushed 2.
Yeah.
But that one checkpoint's all Mirkwood needs to go, hey, you're not going it. You're not getting this. Because that's one checkpoint Eclipse doesn't have.
Yeah, and right now we can see Eclipse taking the tower there. The Booyah Bomb does come out, and Dialga will get taken down by the Stingray. It's a double down for Eclipse, or for Mirkwood, but Knight is still coming on the Stingray. And Mirkwood might not have that checkpoint advantage for long, but as soon as I say that, Dialga dies.
Down to 1. They couldn't quite do it. Eclipse is down 3. We're in the last minute. There's only 10 points separating these 2 teams. It could still be anyone's game, and they're determined to keep it in their favor. They've just barely... Another nice pick by Siege there. Going for a double.
And Knight focusing the tower. Mirkwood, they're not playing, they're not saying we're only going to play defense. They're pushing up themselves, and I like that.
Well, they have to. They have 1 checkpoint, but they just barely that checkpoint. If they don't push...
Right, and it's versus Eclipse.
They could lose it in 1 wipe, not even a wipe. They've got to play offense and defense at the same time.
Yeah, and speaking of, that Stingray will come out soon. And it does.
Both dueling Stingrays yet again. Eclipse.
Yep, and Knight expertly dodging that right there. Impressive. But Knight does go down to...
Oh, but they did not get the tower back. They did not.
That is unfortunate.
I don't know. I think it's pretty awesome. That was a great game.
Yeah. Great game by Mirkwood there.
Mirkwood figured out what they're doing. Mirkwood figured out what was going on. They figured out what they needed to do there, and they went, yeah, we're doing this. We are totally doing this. And then they did it.
Yeah.
Got their measure in.
Mirkwood Falcons. Yeah, Mirkwood Falcons not exactly flying toward a victory, more like, gliding, but they got the victory.
That's what matters.
Yep. It was a bird pun in case you guys didn't catch that, but hey, we're commentating. We're supposed to make bad puns.
I didn't catch that. Okay, moving on from that terrible, 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 terrible pun. I've got nothing. I admit it. I've got nothing. It's just
Okay.
we have a 1-1 now. We'll be seeing a game 5, and
Yeah.
Mirkwood got Eclipse's measure in that Rainmaker match. They know they make one mistake, Eclipse will take it and run, quite literally in the case of Rainmaker. So they're trying to play offense and defense at the same time. As soon as they were 2 down, they pulled back. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Four people.
And right now, yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, right now we can see that this game 3, it's so early in the set, but it will decide so much. And skipper zones, we saw last time, it can be taken so easily and then just no chance coming back.
Yeah, skipper zones, defending it, but it's a map that can be covered with a double booyah. I don't know if we'll be seeing a double booyah comp come out because they use a fair amount of booyah bombs, both teams, but they also seem to be doing a fair amount of. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Well,
happens to the best of us.
If I'm going to lose it, I may as well lose it when we're starting the next game.
Yeah.
Zones at skipper, we've got Eclipse in blue, Mirkwood in the green,
and right now, yeah, we do not see a double booyah. Eclipse is choosing to run no booyah on Skipper Pavilion, which is, of course, understandable. They are, however, choosing to run double armor with the Kensa glue guys. And Siege did almost go down to that fizzy bomb. So we will see a dualies duel here. And Siege does go down, but so does Gray.
Very nice.
And the zone is... Yeah. So right now we can see Dialga going for that snipe with the E-Leader. Oh, go ahead.
The E-Leader on Eclipse is an interesting choice here because it does have a lot of range and a lot of killing power, but with the high walls around the zone make it hard for it to actually pick anybody off on the zone itself.
You are absolutely right. It is an interesting pick, and the way Dialga plays that, they're just going in. Like, there's... they aren't, finding a perch. They are going in, and they are popping specials, and they do save the zone and keep the lead.
Oh, unfortunate that Cole ran out of ink and tried to hit somebody 3 or 4 times. It just couldn't manage. But...
yeah, that was unfortunate. Right now we do see the zone, currently being contested almost while the penalty is wiped away, but Lucio goes down to the missiles.
Mirkwood's got it again. They're determined to get rid of their penalty and get their lead back. Neither team has a comfortable lead at all. Those splat walls are basically canceling out the advantage of the E-Leader there. It can't shoot through.
They are.
Try them, but it can't shoot through them.
Right, and that lead taken is so important by Eclipse, or by Mirkwood.
All right. Eclipse has it. They're not quite ready for a lead change yet, but they're hanging on and they're going and trying to keep people on their toes far away. And is that, yes, that's a lead change again. Booyah's gonna come in and
Yeah.
nope, don't know where that Booyah went. Heard it.
Dialga going in, quite close for an Helier. So that is definitely interesting. Using those ink mines to the fullest of the advantage.
Yeah. And the zone is contested. Oh, that was so close to it. Did really well there.
Dialga going down to those missiles siege from beyond the grave.
Even if they lose the zone here, they stuck Eclipse with a penalty, and that is so important when they're so close to that win. They've got quite a lot of ground.
Exactly.
And Eclipse is not pulling any punches. Nice pick by Solver there, and of course.
Yeah, we can see.
And Eclipse is it back. They're saying in that zone.
Yeah, Mirkwood does bring it back, and will they cap it? Yes, they will.
But they've got a penalty work off of their own now.
Yeah, Solver going with the ink rail route. So that'll be interesting. Oh, and the Booyah Bomb comes out. Will we see a Twitter? We will see a Twitter!
But they still got that Booyah off, and that, nope, wasn't enough to keep them in control, though. Still at 30.
Yeah, Solver popping that armor.
Mirkwood's got to make quite a push to get that zone and keep it if they want to win.
Yup. Oh, we can see that Hydra firing on Solver right there. He does evade it, and the Hydra goes down.
All right, yet again, zone changes. They haven't worked off their penalty yet, but they got it back immediately.
Yeah, neither team is able to work off their penalty right now. It just seemed, it's like each team, they're always so close, but no.
Mirkwood had better start because they're less than 10 seconds, 8.
Yeah, and right now
they've got the cap. They've got to keep it.
They do. Nugget gets Solver, and Nugget gets Dialga as well. We could see lockout here from Nugget, or from Mirkwood Falcons. Because Nugget is going in, they're using that double splash wall. Oh my gosh, that's evil.
That double splash wall, but the inkjet came over it. Did they?
Oh! They lose control. And the game.
I thought that was going to be I thought the.
Me too.
I thought but no. Eclipse swooped down and stole it from the Falcons.
Yep, Eclipse no-use the Falcons forcefully. That was an entertaining game.
Eclipse last second just went, no, this is our zone. We're gonna take right now, and you can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that double splat wall frankly, that was brilliant. That was amazing. I loved that. But they used to get over it. I can't even express how freaking awesome that was. We'll have to go over it.
Yeah, and that was definitely smart by Eclipse to pull out that inkjet. So, yeah, that was just an insane lesson. Right now, Clamblitz Anchovy games coming up, so...
Oh, yeah, I don't even know what we're going to see here. If you told me I would be cheering for a comp that had 2 splash walls before, I would have laughed at you, but that was a freaking amazing use of it because it completely blocked off one of the approaches from anything but an inkjet.
Yeah. It's the one chink in the armor weakness. And that chink was found and opened up by Eclipse.
Holy crud. I've said it a few times.
Yeah.
And I think Mirkwood was so confident no one was getting over those. They only had one person watching the double ink splash wall. So they weren't prepared for the inkjet to come over, and the inkjet put down enough ink fast enough that they couldn't recover. I think that's what did it.
Yeah, smart job by Eclipse using the inkjet's exhaust to paint the zone, not just the blast.
Yep.
Oh, Mirkwood
Okay.
Falcons just had a DC.
Yep, we haven't even finished the countdown yet. We're still choosing weapon. Okay. So we'll just have Eclipse knock it out, and
Won't be too much commentating for this game, eh?
nope. And I'll go into the chat and ask them if they want. Just going to ask if they want to have a host change, because earlier there were internet issues, and of course there isn't really any way that you can hurry clams. They can try, and they're doing a fine job of trying. Just keeping the basket open. Quick, you go get more clams while I keep this basket open.
Yeah, Mirkwood Falcons, they're kind of looking like my teammates in solo queue.
And let's hang on a second while I just check with... Because we did have a question on comps, because someone disconnected before the timer ran out, if the comps have to be true, or if they can change already, because I think they both teams just stopped choosing their stuff once they saw the DC.
Yeah, so it will be. It's one of the, more technical things about tournaments that most people don't really see.
Well, right now I'm just waiting for an official ruling, because I don't feel like I'm ready to make that call myself. And
My call would be that
I'd be willing to go through. I'd be willing to okay it, but I want to make sure that everyone is on the same page before potentially saying yes, do something that they can't do.
Right. My call would also,
Yep.
My call would also be to okay it, but
Yep.
that's
At least
just
one person on Eclipse is going, "Hey, I didn't have the weapon I wanted. Can I?" So I'm waiting for them to talk it out, and in the meantime, anchovy clams. Well, that was probably the fastest clam blitz game I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Because,
So,
game where
meanwhile, I will eat food.
You eat food. And I will keep going and go, well, we're actually going to be guaranteed to see a game 5 now, so I may as well go over and show those maps again and talk about what Wahoo World Splat Zones. We covered that already. Maybe we will have another match where Eclipse is up 2, Mirkwood can totally get 2 matches. So maybe we'll see Piranha Pit Tower Control, which is, if there was ever I feel like Piranha Pit Tower Control is one of those tower control maps, one of the few where I would be absolutely okay with seeing a double backline comp. There are so many good perches for different backlines to take and absolutely destroy things. And there are so many good perches for people to go, and you still want to have somebody riding the tower. A lot of times that is the backline. Sometimes you can put somebody else on it, like the support. All right, looks like even if we didn't have a ruling by one of the mods, we do have both of our teams going, yes, it's fine if that weapon change happens, which...
So I'm back from eating my food.
You must have completely and totally inhaled it. Congratulations, good job. We're just waiting for them to go, and it's only going to take a few seconds. Well, we're just waiting on you to press the button and say you're ready to commentate this awesome thing.
Yeah.
Press the button. There we go. And we are off to the murders. Okay, we have Eclipse in yellow, Mirkwood in the blue. And let's take a look at those comps after all. Sticking with the E-leader on Eclipse, that is... It always confuses me when I see certain backliners on Clams or on Rainmaker, because E-leaders you can't really move with. Most Splatlings, a lot of other chargers you can, but with an E-leader, they're so slow and they're so heavy and charge so slow that you're kind of stuck in one place.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. That armor coming in from Mirkwood, but not in time to save Siege from the menace that is Eclipse. Well, they're not a menace in a bad way. They're just, very present. They're not bad at all. Anyway, moving on.
And we've got 29 Clams on Eclipse's side. That is a major advantage because most of the other games we've seen Clams, we've seen both teams have roughly the same number at this point. Roughly the same number at just about every point. But right now, that's for a 20 Clam difference. That's...
Yeah. And right now we do see the Octoshot go down.
That's a one push everything ends difference. And Mirkwood knows it. They're just hanging back going, let's wait for them to try and push in and stop it.
Yeah.
They're aware.
And the thing about it is what you said is about the whole E-leader can't move thing. Well, guess who's holding the power clam now? So,
Yep.
That did kind of cripple their push.
They did. Mirkwood did stop that push. Much more even numbers now. But they've still got to make a push of their own. And everyone's respawned, so we can't say there's numbers difference either. Clams are more even at least, so that might help them out some.
Yeah.
Two special...
Right now, everything is perfectly even. Numbers, clams, score.
3 specials ready to go on Mirkwood, and they've got 18 clams, including a power. Eclipse has 30 clams again, 2 power clams. They're gonna try something.
Yeah, every team is just waiting to pop their specials, and here comes that armor from Mirkwood. Maybe a bit preemptive. Oh, the Splat Bomb launcher coming out too. But they're not making a push. What are they doing? Are they just popping their specials for the memes?
I feel like they're trying to do it for defensive purposes, but...
Yeah, because Eclipse is just coming in. Oh, go ahead.
Yep, and they're just rallying the numbers to defend. And they have defended so far, but they're also... 3v4, pretty even. Both sides have 2 power clams. Not much clam difference. And just because Eclipse is closer to Mirkwood's side doesn't mean that they're going to actually get anywhere. They got on that plat. But if they can push forward or not is a good question.
Yeah.
They're sure trying. Armor came out again for Eclipse. Yeah. But
I'm not sure how good of an idea having Dialga hold the clam is. And Dialga goes down to the splash wall. That was the weirdest kill I've ever seen in my life that didn't involve the word sprinkler.
oh, they got one through. They got a power clam.
They did.
But I think
Oh, and Dialga gets the good pick there.
I think that might be the end of the push, though. One power clam. Granted, as you said, any push in this map is a good one, especially with less than a minute left. But
yeah,
it has the pity. Mirkwood has so many clams. They can get. I am so tense right now. That E-leader's just playing defense so solidly. They've got to get.
Ooh. And that flings a good job with
Lucio.
Twittered Inkjet.
Oh, very nice stopping that flank. They're down to Mirkwood. You've got to push now.
Yeah.
As 3 minutes.
Oh, and it looks like it won't
down.
happen.
And no, they're not going to make that push. One score match for Eclipse.
Wow. So that was probably the most mundane match I've ever seen in semis.
They were just... Mirkwood, why didn't you push? Why didn't you push? You had enough clams for it several times. You had a few numbers advantages. You had so many specials. What was holding you up? What kept you...
Don't know. It's definitely unfortunate. I'm sure Mirkwood has their reasons. Oh, Siege is just coming back. Did they have DC?
I don't think so. If they did, it must have been very last second, because we were watching that and they had a team wipe and the last person went out right then and there. So
yeah.
Into game 5. Mirkwood, you cannot play around right now. You've got to go into this and be as murderous as your little heart's desire. You have to go in there and soar into this win. Take flight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I'm sorry.
there was, this. Yeah. I wish I had faced this Mirkwood in week 1. Because the Mirkwood that I faced in week 1, they just had everything together. They were coming in. They just got a quick 3-0, despite my best efforts. And right now, they're struggling. If I was able to hypothetically be outside Nugget's house right now, hypothetically, you would see in his eyes that he is struggling right now, struggling to get a win.
Well, in the chat, IPS is saying that was a 2018 Clams match, back before anyone knew what which I feel like that is the most accurate description. Nobody knew what they were supposed to do. Nobody knew how to push together, or they were just, okay, we've got clams, we've got more clams, we've got more clams. We're supposed to do something with them? Okay. They were so unsure about it. And Mirkwood, Splat Zones, Wahoo. Time for you to destroy. All right. We have Mirkwood in the purple, Eclipse in the green. Still have that E-leader. E-Leader on Mirkwood. E-Leader on both sides now.
We're going to see an E-Leader duel. Already that ink armor coming out for Eclipse, and Nugget does go down.
Didn't seem to help him enough there. 3 down Eclipse already. And 3 down on Mirkwood already, and Eclipse is just going and making sure they can't push up any further. Saying, we've got this.
Yep.
Not coming anywhere. One's going over there for the flank.
Silver pushing in with that arm, or, going up with that armor, but now he's coming back to the zone.
Yeah, he's painted enough that if they try and...
Wait, did we see... Did I just miss the Twitter from the... No, I didn't. Okay.
I have no idea. I'm just looking at this going, yeah, that's... Mirkwood is effectively locked out. They can't even get off their plat there. I can't believe Knight survived.
They can't.
And there's enough ink on the ground that if they try to come from a different direction, Eclipse knows and when to stop them. Ouch.
Ooh.
Is just
and that double kill. Yeah, that double kill by Gray. The final squid nail in the squid coffin for the Falcons.
That hurt.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here watching, and I feel like I got pounded.
Eclipse, you have earned your playoff spot. Jack in the chat, you're saying when an undefeated team gets in there. Here's the thing.
Mirkwood, they just seem to be forfeiting.
We had 2 undefeated teams going in here as top seed. Outcast Ninjas in the Empire division and Eclipse in the Anarchy division. And we are now going to be seeing
both of them.
Those 2 teams in next week's finals.
We sure will.